Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Lorenzo.
And I'm Pat Simon. We made it to Friday and we hope you are wearing your red today to help raise awareness for cardiovascular disease in women.
Yeah, and as you can see here at Chris 6 News, many of us are joining the American Heart Association in the Go Red for Women movement. Now this effort started in 2004 and today I spoke with representatives who tell us why this campaign is important. In February, you'll probably see a lot of hearts, but hearts aren't a focus only on Valentine's Day. The entire month is dedicated to raising awareness for cardiovascular disease.
I think everyone has at least a family member, a friend, someone who has some sort of cardiovascular disease.
With the Go Red for Women movement, the goal is to reach ladies everywhere and prevent health complications.
The American Heart Association is asking women and those they love to be aware. All women need to be aware of their greatest risks, and cardiovascular disease being the greatest health risk.
Health experts say cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in women, claiming more lives than all cancers combined. Currently, more than 40% of women ages 20 and older are living with some form of cardiovascular disease. What makes matters worse, if there's a problem, people could be less likely to help.
Women are less likely to receive bystander CPR just because of the stigma on touching a woman, being stronger than a woman, all those kinds of things. But it is a simple 2 steps to begin bystander CPR. Beginning immediate CPR, hands-only CPR, increases a person's survivorship by triple.
Women are encouraged to check in with a doctor and know their family's medical history. The Heart Association also recommends more ways to take care of your health.
Also taking better care of yourself and your body, mind, body, and soul. So exercise, eat more healthier foods, implement all of those types of healthy habits.
Well, you heard earlier De La Garza mentioning how CPR can help save a person's life. So we have our friend Phil here.
Phil.
I'm going to give this to Pat because he's an expert at this.
Right. So we're gonna show you a little bit about CPR. Miss De La Garza did a fantastic job. Great technique there. So when somebody collapses, right, what's the first thing you do?
Call 911.
Call 911. Very first thing that you do. And if you're by yourself, what do you do when you call 911?
You're supposed to keep it on speakerphone.
Speakerphone,
yes.
right? So the person on the other side can talk to you, right? And give you some instructions as to what you need to do. So real quick, very simple for CPR. You just place one palm of your hand right in the middle of that person's chest, interlock with the other hand, and then you just start pressing down. So then it's like, you hear that click?
There you go.
But then it's supposed to be 100 to 120 seconds, our compressions per minute, 100 to 120 compressions per minute, usually to the tune of
Staying Alive,
Staying Alive
right?
from the
Are
Bee
you gonna
Gees,
sing
right?
it?
And so you're continuing to do that. You want to apply those compressions right away. Just keep applying compressions. Listen to the person on the other side of the phone. They will coach you through the entire CPR process until emergency personnel get there to the scene, and then they're going to take over after that.
Awesome. Told
You
you
could
guys.
save somebody's life.
He's a pro though.
I don't know about that, but folks, if you try that at home, and you can also go to the American Heart Association's website and they can help you out with that as well, because that's exactly where I got that information from. Listen, to put all of this into perspective, everybody, here are some statistics from the American Heart Association. Get this, more than 350,000 cardiac arrests occur outside the hospital each year. Fewer than 10% survive. By making sure at least one person in every household or family learns hands-on CPR, that number can be brought down to 0. So if called on to do CPR, you will be likely saving the life of someone that you love, a spouse, a parent, or a friend.
Now, Krista Swan and the American Heart Association have teamed up to train locals and visitors on how to save lives. They're doing this through this interactive kiosk at La Palmera Mall. It guides you on how hard you push on someone's chest as well as where your hand should go. It also teaches you about compression rates, just kind of like what Pat mentioned, right? It can get you trained on CPR in as little as 5 minutes too. So this is a first of its kind in Corpus Christi and the 38th kiosk in the country. It will stay in the mall for 3 years, so if you'd like to try it out for yourself, the kiosk is right across the Cheesecake Factory.
All in the technique, right? And you got to get over that body and push down for those compressions. It's a little bit high
Gotta
here,
be
but
strong,
yeah, get over that
though.
body. Yeah.
All right.
You'll save somebody's life for sure.
Exactly. Well, it's important for everyone, regardless of age, to know the symptoms as well. Right?
Indeed, that's right. Some of those symptoms include chest discomfort or pain that radiates to the shoulder, the back, neck, or jaw, shortness of breath, nausea, indigestion, and intense fatigue.
Now, health experts say it's also important for young people to focus on heart health, and that means staying physically active, healthy eating, limiting alcohol, and not smoking. Heart disease risks increase with age, but experts say what is done in younger days impacts lifelong heart risk.